Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be cooking some fish, specifically pomfret. So I really love pomfret because it doesn't have a ton of bones in it like other fish that I found here in West Bengal. And so it's been a few months since I've cooked this pomfret or cooked pomfret, but I found my mother-in-law's recipe, and so I thought, you know, since it's been such a while, I found some good pomfret, so I thought I would show you guys how to make my mother-in-law's pomfret fish or pomfret dish. So first off, what you want is you're gonna wanna get some pomfret. So I just took two, one for me and one for my husband, and then I sliced like a thin slice into each side, basically. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna want to marinate the fish with some salt, and some turmeric. So I always wanted to know why, like, cause almost every fish dish that I find my mother-in-law cooking, she uses salt and turmeric. And one, it helps, you know, of course, to flavor the fish, but it also helps to take away the smell of the fish. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna take the fish, marinate it with some salt, turmeric, and we're gonna let it sit for just a few minutes. Forgot to put on my apron. So while the fish is marinating, what I like to do is, in this recipe specifically, I use potatoes. Just cut them into small pieces like this, and then I put it in the microwave for about 4 minutes. So when I go to cook them, it'll cook a lot faster. Now I do want to say, you know, there are a ton of different pomfret fish dishes out there. This is my mother-in-law specifically, so that's why I decided to make this one. And since it's been a while since I've made it, I know this one tastes pretty good, and I know my husband likes this one. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take, while the fish are still marinating, we want to make a paste. So what we'll do is we'll take about one onion, one big onion or two small onions, chop it up. I've already rinsed them. And then we want to take about 5 to 6 garlic. 5 to 6 garlic. And then we're going to add just a little bit of water, and we're going to make a paste out of this. So the blender is behind the camera, so I'm going to blend this real quick. All right, and it is blended, a nice paste. Okay, so now we are actually ready to go ahead and fry the fish. So when cooking with fish, especially in West Bengal, we really like to use mustard oil, or my mother does. And she says anytime you're cooking fish, mustard oil is the way to go. Now, of course, if you don't have mustard oil, that's fine. You could use regular oil. So I'm heating up my pan now. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. I'm gonna let that get a little hot first before I fry my fish. The oil should be hot enough. Now I do wanna say you can slice or cut the fish into smaller pieces, but I like to keep them whole. I just think it's nice that way. And you really wanna fry them really well. I would say about 3 minutes, probably each side, just at least until they're cooked all the way through. So I just flipped them, and that's what they should be looking like. Just another 2 minutes on that side, and they will be ready to be removed. All right, I think the fish are done now. Now I also cooked them on about medium to high heat, but they're looking perfect. Look at that, guys. It's exactly what we want. So depending on how much oil you use the first time, you may need to add some more. But if not, I have plenty here, so I'm not gonna add any more. I also try not to cook with as much oil because it's not very good for you in large quantities, so the less the better if you can. I know that's difficult sometimes with Indian dishes because a lot of them use a ton of oil, but I definitely try to reduce that a little bit. Alright, so now that the fish is cooked, next what we're going to do is we're going to add some panch phoron. So panch phoron, I believe, is just like 5 different types of spices. I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon. This is what the panch phoron should look like. Yeah, about a half a teaspoon of panch phoron. And then now I'm going to add in the potato. I'm just going to fry the potato up a little. So because I've already boiled them a little bit in the microwave, I don't need to fry them too long. I just like to get a little bit of crispiness on the outside because that's how I like my potatoes. These are done now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove them and put them back in this bowl. That literally only took maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. Again, it's really how you like your potatoes. I like mine really soft on the inside and a little bit crunchy on the outside. This is what they should look like. So see, just a little bit of toastiness. Next, we're going to take 1 diced onion. And we're just going to saute that up for a minute, just till it gets nice and translucent and soft. Next, we're going to add, I'll say about 1 teaspoon of ginger paste and 1 teaspoon of garlic paste. It is homemade. All I did was take ginger with a little bit of water and blend it, and then some garlic with a little bit of water and blend it. I have for the longest time been using store-bought ginger and garlic paste, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's especially when you're in a rush and you just need to cook something real quickly and you ran out of your ginger garlic paste. I actually ran out of my garlic paste before starting this video, and I had to make some fresh batch. Now it does take a few minutes to make the garlic paste especially, but it's definitely worth it. It really does give a nice freshness to your dish, and anytime I use homemade ginger garlic paste, my husband tends to really like those dishes a lot better. And I make enough ginger garlic paste that lasts me about a week and a half, so depending on how much you have, you know, I make a bunch, so I don't have to make it regularly. So we're going to cook the ginger and garlic paste just till the smell kind of comes off a little bit, so a few minutes here. Okay, so next, once the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste goes away, we're going to add 1 small tomato. You can dice the tomato. I like to just slice it because it's going to all mush together in the end anyway. So basically we're just going to cook the tomatoes in it for, I would say 3 minutes, just until the tomatoes get soft enough and breaks down. This is what it should be looking like. Alright guys, so now it's time to add the spices. So I have my little spice tray here. So we want a little bit of red chili powder. I'll say about half a tablespoon, or half a teaspoon, sorry, not tablespoon. And then we want a little bit of turmeric. I would say also a quarter of a teaspoon. And then we also want some salt. I'll say about 1 teaspoon for now. We can always add some a little later. I always like to start off slow or a little bit, so that, because I've had instances where I put too much in and it's a lot easier to add salt than to take it away. So we're just going to mix this up. And then now I'm going to add the ginger garlic. I'm going to add the onion garlic paste. And then I'm just going to mix that around. This is what it should look like. We're just going to cook it for a minute or two. So we just want to cook it until it becomes a little drier, not so liquid. Now what I like to do is add the potatoes back in. Give that a good stir. All right, so once I cook that for a couple of minutes, we're going to add some water. I like to add just enough water to fill the potatoes. We're going to cook this just for maybe 2 to 3 minutes before we put the pomfret fish in here. So I'm actually going to cover this and let it cook for 2 to 5 minutes. All right, so it's been a few minutes now. Looking good, smelling good. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the pomfret. You want to be gentle here because you don't want to break the pomfret. We just want to make sure that it gets covered nicely into the curry. Now I'm going to cover it again. I'm going to cook it for about 2 minutes on one side, and then I'll flip it and cook it on the other side another 2 minutes, and then it should be done. This is what it should be looking like. It looks delicious. Let's go ahead and try it, guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I got to get that punch of that red chili powder and that saltiness and the onions in it. That is delicious. This is going to go perfect with rice. I'm sure my husband is going to be so excited to have this for dinner tonight. He's been on a chicken kick lately, and he's kind of been done with chicken, and he's been wanting me to try something different for a while now. And since it's been a few months since I've made pomfret, I thought I would surprise him tonight for dinner and make pomfret for him. I absolutely love pomfret. I think it is, besides shrimp, my second favorite type of fish here in West Bengal because there's not a ton of bones in it. And this is my mother-in-law's recipe. It's a super simple recipe, I feel, compared to some other fish dishes. So I really hope you guys try this out. If you do, then let me know in the comments down below. It is so good. It is so delicious. And so that'll do it for today's video, guys. I really hope you'd enjoy it. And if you did, then please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it really helps to support my channel. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!